Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. If I look dead and dying, it's because I actually am. I spent the last 48 hours literally bedridden. I'm still not feeling 100%. I woke up this morning feeling like rubbish. But hopefully we can make it through this review. Today we're going to be talking about Snowflake Mountain, which is ultimately about taking a group of incredibly spoilt, arrogant, egotistical man-childs, or kidults as the description described them, and ultimately putting them in the wild in a real-time reality show. And ultimately they get given these obstacles and these challenges by these wildlife survival experts in an attempt to toughen them up and teach them that, you know, the world is a serious place. You're not going to be spoiled by your parents for the rest of your life. You've actually got to get up and do something to change your life. And at first, the idea just sounded terrible to me because you're taking these spoiled kids with a massive ego and giving them their own television show. You know, they already have this inflated ego. They already believe the world has put them on this pedestal. They already believe they're better than everyone else. And then you go and give them their own show. It doesn't sit well with me. But I finally sat down, I watched the entire show from beginning to end, and I actually found myself enjoying it more than I thought I would. It's a very entertaining show, and you can actually learn a lot from the show in regards to lessons like teamwork, you know, self-discipline, putting in the hard work, adaptability. But the beginning few episodes are incredibly difficult because when you meet these people, they are so freaking unlikable. And while majority of the cast actually does start to grow quite quickly and they become incredibly likable, you get other characters, and I'm not going to name any other character but Solomon, but my word, Solomon was one of the most unlikable characters I've ever watched, not just in reality TV, but in TV in general, full stop. I despise Solomon more than literally Joffrey from Game of Thrones, because this was a character who was so, actually just as an individual, was so self-entitled and believed the world just revolved around him and refused to learn. But at the same time, I kind of realized that there are people in my life who are just like him. And so the series does a very, very good job of just pretty much showing up a mirror and going like, cool, these are people you're actually going to interact with your everyday lives. You've got to learn to not just manage yourself, but manage how you respond to people like this. So yes, as much as the core concept of the show and the entertainment of the show comes from watching these individuals grow, you can also get some good lessons out of the show as well. In regards to the reality TV aspect of it, it falls under the same, you know, scrutiny and falls into the same traps as every other reality show. You can see that certain sections of it definitely are scripted, and you can see that there are certain sections of it where the editing has cut out an entire chunk of something that's happened, and the characters kind of just have to pretend it never happened. That becomes very blatant in the show in the middle few episodes. You can just tell by the way the dialogue flows, sometimes it isn't 100% natural, sometimes the character said something and they completely cut it out. And that's just the nature of reality TV. And I have to say, what is great about this show in particular is sometimes in reality TV, you just get characters or rather personalities that just aren't charismatic or don't have a good, you know, television presence. But thankfully, because we live in a social media age, and this is a show about people who have such inflated egos of themselves, you know, they're actually used to being on a camera, whether it's just their own smartphone. But they're used to being on camera, they're used to having an audience, and so they do actually have a natural charisma, whether you enjoy it or not. But that was an element of the show that I found a little bit more exciting, is the fact that every character held their own on the screen. Every single character had their own personality and had their own ability to let that personality shine through on screen. But then again, because they were so unbearable the first few episodes, you really have to, like, you know, knuckle down and really ride out the show and just understand, cool, these people are going to suck for the first few episodes. They're spoiled, they're brats, they can't do anything themselves. But at the last few episodes, they rise up to quite a large challenge that I feel most average people would kind of even shun away from. And that was actually quite inspirational, going, wow, okay, these people were useless, yet they're able to, you know, pick themselves up and actually attempt something like this. So even though I would say this isn't a show I would normally watch, and I probably, if they announced a season 2, I wouldn't get overly excited about it. I wouldn't, be like, yes, I'm definitely going to watch this. If you've got nothing else to watch, then definitely this is a show you can sit down and, ride through the first few episodes and then finally start enjoying it. But also maybe if you get some sick, twisted joy out of seeing people suffer, out of seeing, spoiled people suffer, then you can also enjoy the show a hell of a lot more, because the first few episodes, they really do suffer. They seriously do struggle. But for me, it was just hard to deal with the overabundance of frustrations and, how everything to them felt like a personal attack, when in actuality, it's just something that ordinary, everyday people need to do. But yes, guys, I'd love to know your thoughts. I know the show hasn't come out yet, but if you are planning on watching the show, tell me what you're looking forward to. And if you're watching this review once the show has come out, let me know if you enjoyed it or not. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you took a few minutes out of your day to watch this review, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it.